Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Peace be on all. Here is the Moyle's Rational Faculties Argument 3.0. It's 3.0 because I talked about it previously on different posts, not on a YouTube video yet. So once I dig them up, I'll make videos. But for now, I'll be discussing 3.0. If you're a naturalist, you cannot account for your rational faculties. Even if you assume science can eventually find an answer, it would still be cyclical. Under monotheism, Islam, it is not cyclical to justify such axiom with God, as it would be justifiable philosophically. Here is why. Naturalism is the philosophical position that everything in existence is based on physical processes. Therefore, bosons and fermions produce these introspective illusions that we perceive through our consciousness and cognition. This is not an epistemic justification. It's nothing but a circular argument which does not provide coherent answers. It renders the atheist as a lamppost. Under Islam, monotheism, God is beyond human imagination, and God is unlike anything in this natural physical reality. And since our rational faculties are metaphysical, such traits should be accounted for by an agent who created everything in this existence, including the metaphysical. Therefore, the Islamic God is unlike anything the human mind can perceive, such as bosons and fermions. Therefore, it's a justified epistemology, an account that can validate our meaning and purpose ontologically as well once we dig further. An agent or an omniscient, omnipotent being provides coherent answers rather than this misosophy of physical processes causing a rise to consciousness and cognitions. In a nutshell, atheistic magic, or like plugging in a cord in an electric socket, rendering you robotic. P.S. Adhering to God becomes an appeal to mysticism, as it's the highest form of knowledge. You cannot explain it in words, since the human language is created and limited. How such metaphysical traits emerged into existence is unseen to man. It is beyond man's perception and comprehension. Since man is not the creator of himself, he was not there to witness it. So hopefully you understood this post. It's not supposed to be for everyone. You have to be a little bit, you have to be philosophically savvy at the end of the day. What I'm trying to say is this, that if we're going to basically assume physicalism, naturalism, materialism, or methodological naturalism to basically answer a question of how our consciousness and rationality came to be, this does not provide an epistemic justification, because of the problem of induction as well. You feel me? We're using science. It's based on induction. One day, and how are you going to find this type of answers for these type of axioms that we use before we engage in science, such as rationality, reason, logic? We have to presuppose them philosophically. Therefore, they're metaphysical presuppositions, and metaphysics is a branch in philosophy. So it's outside of the scope of science. So we put science, that discipline of science, we put it on the side now. It has no foot in the door. We have to engage based on philosophy. Matter of fact, science, okay? In the philosophy of science, there's a presupposition that rationality and empiricism are true. You cannot use the scientific method to prove that rationality and empiricism are true. You have to presuppose them as axioms. You feel me? So now you have a problem. This becomes atheistic magic at the end of the day. They assume that physical processes have their own agency inside of them. That's a presupposition in of itself. But you'd rather presuppose this because you don't want to feel guilty for your bad actions. You don't want a God. You don't want an ultimate judge. You know, it becomes psychology now. But the fact of the matter is that we're all of us will be held accountable. Nonetheless, not to digress, God is the best explanation, because now we have to delve into a philosophical discipline. Philosophy, basically, in the discipline of philosophy. And we have to justify outside of itself. And outside of self provides a epistemic justification. Okay? And you're dealing with deduction now. You're dealing with something that is intuitive as well, not induction and abduction, which can never provide an epistemic justification. Okay? So you either run into a cyclical fallacy through physicalism, naturalism, or you provide a coherent explanation through philosophy, and you basically validate it and provide an epistemic justification. Okay? So this is what it is at the end of the day. Okay? And I want to say this to the atheists, because they might not comprehend this, the ones who operate on a shallow level with a pugnacious, arrogant attitude. Yeah, I'll keep using the same terms because we need to put these people in their place, you know. And I can use different terms as well, like someone who's quarrelsome, combative, argumentative, cantankerous. You know, I can give you the thesaurus at the end of the day. Anyways, hopefully you comprehend this and you understand it. And that's all I got for now. Peace out. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.